Hello everyone, welcome back. So in this particular video, we are not going to start a new topic. Here we are going to practice some questions to clear our conception of previous topics. Okay. So in this video, we are going to mainly practice some questions based on our previous topics. Okay. So here we will be having some questions. So let us start the questions one by one. So the very first question is about explain why a gas has violent not why a gas has why a gas has why a gas has more kinetic energy. Okay, so there has been asked in the question that explain why a gas has more kinetic energy. So you can write the answer in such a way. I'm not going to write the answer word by word, because you have to make your own sentence and you have to form your own sentence. Okay, so अगर मैं word by word बता दूं, there will be no your their words will be of mine, तुम्हारे words नहीं होंगे वहाँ पे. So explain why a gas has more kinetic energy. See, you will write the answer like that whenever we see gases have more intercellular not inter particle space, and therefore they have less interparticle force. Due to the less interparticle force, the molecules of gases do not are attracted to each other with a greater force, due to which all the particles in the gases are able to move freely, therefore they possess a very high kinetic energy. Okay, so in this way you can write, and you have to only apply just two things: interparticle force, interparticle space. These are the two things which should be learned by you, because if you want to master this, you need to learn these. Okay, so the second question is, which of the following is or are matter? So your options are options dot. This is I think from your NCERT. There is a kind of question. So air, smell, diamond, love, and alcohol, and let us say bricks, and emotions. So out of these, which are matter? So I told you in the very first video that anything that has mass, that occupies space, is known as matter. So air, does it occupy a space? Yes, it occupies a space. And is this air has a mass? Yes, it has a mass, because air contains many gases, and all the gases have a certain mass in there, have certain mass. So yes, air is what? Air is a matter. Smell. Yes, tell me one thing. Smell has a mass? No. Smell doesn't have mass. Still occupies space? Yes, somewhere we can say that smell actually occupies space, but it does not have mass. So that is why it does not satisfy the condition of matter. That is why it is not a matter. Second is diamond. Yes, diamond is a matter, because diamond is a form of carbon, and carbon is what? It's a metal. So diamond is also. Love. Love is matter? No, it's not a matter, because it doesn't have mass. It has mass? No. It occupies space? No. Alcohol. Alcohol is what? It is liquid. So liquid is what? A state of matter. So if it is a state of matter, definitely alcohol is a matter. Bricks. Yes, bricks are also matter, because you can see that they are, you are seeing that this wall is made up of bricks, and these brick actually occupy some space, and they have certain mass. Okay, so they have they are also matter. Emotions. Now tell me one thing, emotion occupies space? No. And it has mass? No, it doesn't have mass, so this is also matter. So in this way, this is the question, I think an extract from your NCERT. Okay, next, third. What question should we give? Write the conditions on which diffusion depends upon. तो हमें कोई ऐसे कंडीशंस बताने हैं जब जो हमारा डिफ्यूजन है उस पर डिपेंड करता है. तो पहला कंडीशन क्या होना चाहिए? सबसे पहली चीज, इंटर पार्टिकल फोर्स. जितना कम इंटर पार्टिकल फोर्स उतना ज्यादा डिफ्यूजन. ओके, इंटर पार्टिकल फोर्स. दूसरा क्या हो सकता है? द कंडीशन ऑन विच डिफ्यूजन डिपेंड्स. अब दूसरा क्या हो सकता है? एक तो हो सकता है इंटर पार्टिकल फोर्स, और एक और लिख सकते हो इंटर पार्टिकल स्पेस. ठीक है, लेकिन इसके अलावा और क्या लिख सकते हैं हम लोग? इसके अलावा और क्या लिख सकते हैं? तो तीसरा चीज अगर नहीं पता हो तो एक चीज तो बहुत अच्छे से पता है कि इफ वी इंक्रीज द टेम्परेचर द मॉलिक्यूलर काइनेटिक एनर्जी इनसाइड एनी मैटर इंक्रीजेस, and therefore if the energy of particle increases then something will spread out very quickly. अगर मैं टेम्परेचर बढ़ा देता हूँ then molecules will move very fast. If molecules will move very fast they will transfer energy to another particle in a very fast way. Okay, so if they will have something like, if टेम्परेचर को अगर इंक्रीज कर दिया जाए तो शायद डिफ्यूजन बढ़ सकता है. तो गैसेस में टेम्परेचर क्या होता है? बहुत ही ज्यादा. इसके कारण डिफ्यूजन बहुत ज्यादा होता है. तो तीसरा कंडीशन हमारा क्या है? टेम्परेचर. थर्ड कंडीशन इज व्हाट? टेम्परेचर. Okay, these are some of the important questions. These are not in the NCERT. And if you want to practice some more questions, there is a link in the description from where you can practice more questions as well. Okay, so there your NCERT questions are. All NCERT questions are also included, which are completely based upon our previous topics. Okay, now let us see the next questions. Okay, so let us start with the next question, and the question is, explain why a hot food reaches our nose frequently as compared to a cold food. So this question can be asked because I have taught you this. Why a hot food reaches our nose more frequently as compared to a cold food? Because cold food, you will write like this, that we know that whenever any substance is heated, the molecular kinetic energy, or say the interparticle space between those particles increases, and thus it leads to more frequent vibration of particles. The more frequent vibration of particles is actually in that substance which has high energy. So actually we can say that hot food actually possesses a very high kinetic energy. Due to the high kinetic energy, its particle spread inside our home, and thus we get a smell of it very quickly. But if we do that in a case of cold food has a very less kinetic energy. That is why the intermolecular force of attraction are more, kinetic energy is very less, so that is why we can't just smell the cold food. Okay, so this was a what? This was a real life experience. So you can star mark it. because all these sciences are based upon your applications of life. Okay, next, the same thing with diffusion. Fourth question is, explain why perfume. Explain why perfume when opened in one corner spread throughout the in one corner of room throughout the house. अगर ये बहुत ही कॉमन एक्सपीरियंस है कि अगर हम जब परफ्यूम को खोलते हैं in just any corner, in corner of your house, in any room, so whenever you open it, so it reaches the whole house. उसका स्मेल पूरे घर में फैलता है. Why it is so? So that is due to the fact that whenever you open a bottle, it doesn't matter it's a liquid perfume or it's a gas, every perfume, लोग बोलते हैं that there is fog ad you have seen. So in fog ad, in that ad it is said that ये liquid है, but अगर एक्चुअल में देखें तो हर परफ्यूम एक लिक्विड फॉर्म में ही होता है. When it comes with the contact of atmosphere, it gains the, हमारे टेम्परेचर यहाँ पे कुछ डिफरेंट होता है. अंदर जो परफ्यूम जो हम लोग लिक्विड में डालते हैं वहाँ का टेम्परेचर कुछ और, यहाँ का टेम्परेचर ज़्यादा. यहाँ से वो लिक्विड से जैसे ही वो अंदर आता है उसका जो बॉइलिंग पॉइंट होता है वो बहुत ही कम होता है. तो उस बॉइलिंग पॉइंट के कम होने के चलते वो काइनेटिक एनर्जी उसमें बढ़ जाता है, एंड दैट कन्वर्ट्स इटसेल्फ इनटू अ गैस. And that gas, you know that gas has a very frequent or say violent kinetic energy, and due to the high kinetic energy, the particles just spread throughout your room, and you just smell the perfume when opened in one corner of your home, and you can smell it all over your home. Okay, so this was also a real life experience. Next, fifth question, that what should we have done with the, what we haven't done evaporation, right? So in the first chapter is, so yes, tabulate the difference. This you have to do by yourself. I'm not going to tell you the answer right now because you have to use your own mind here. Tabulate the difference between osmosis and diffusion. This is a question of biology, but diffusion अगर हमने पढ़ा है तो ये आंसर हमें आना चाहिए. So this has to be done by yourself only. Now the question number 6. So explain why a sunlight, explain why when a ray of sunlight, no, my simple question is that whenever in the morning when sun is rising in any direction, I think, so whenever you open your window or whenever you open your ventilator, you see a ray of light, a beam of light coming through that ventilator, and you see that those particles, air particles, they're moving in a zigzag pattern. Zigzag pattern means they are frequently vibrating. If you will see from such distance, you will observe that they are moving. Okay, so why is it so? ऐसा जो particles का movement होता है, why it is so? The answer is very obvious. What is the answer? The answer is that whenever this is the case of Brownian motion, okay, जहाँ पे pollen grain के साथ हुआ था वहाँ पे ये sunlight के केस में होगा. तो इसको भी सोच करके खुद से लिखना है. Okay. So I think we have done a lot more questions here, or we should do some more questions. If the duration of video is too long, we will end here only. Okay, so it's only 15 minutes, so we should practice more questions also, right? Okay, so let us discuss one more question. I'm not getting the questions here, right? Okay, so the question is, define the following. First is rigidity, second is fluidity, and third is compressibility. So these are the three terms which you have to define. Rigidity is what? Solid is what? It is rigid because of modern intermolecular force of attraction. Fluidity, the substances which have tendency to flow are known as fluids, and that property of those substances is known as fluidity. Compressibility, the process of just converting a matter into its smaller volume is known as compressibility. Compression, and this property of matter is known as compressibility. Very easy. Okay. Now, I think it's too easy. This chapter is itself is of two things: force and space. Force and space, जिसको समझ में आ गया, this chapter is very easy. But yet यहाँ पे प्लाज्मा जब तक नहीं आता है तब तक यहाँ पे सब कुछ इजी है. प्लाज्मा आता है तो इस चैप्टर में तहलका हो जाता है. ठीक है. And I think, okay, let us end this class here only. There are a lot more questions in the form which I have given you below, so where you can click on that form to just practice some questions on our previous topics. Okay, so in the next video I think that it is interconversion of states of matter, which we are going to see in the next video. Till then, goodbye.